Hello, welcome to our How to Get Ready to Play powered by Playbox new series. This episode we will discuss how to set up and get going with your MPM, multi-playout manager. This is a solution that allows you to remotely control multiple instances of playouts via simple web interface. You have access through browser. I will log in as administrator, and on the first page you have view groups. This allows you to see the servers assigned to you. You have your typical playlist here, it's very similar to the Airbox interface. Media folders where you have access to media files, and if you have more servers assigned, you will see them here in this area on the left. So let's go into the settings, add more servers, and I'll show you all the necessary steps to add more features to the system. Okay, so first, this is the administrator, and as you can see, I have one machine assigned to me. I have the machine here. The way the machine is set up is IP address. This is a local machine, so this is the IP address, frame rate, time offset. Time offset allows you to put time offset if you're controlling server in a different time zone, so they show to you as a user their time relative to your local time, so you see them properly on the timeline. You will see when we're looking at the multiple servers, you will see this feature. Media folders, I have one for video, folder one for playlists. Also on this machine I have set up connection to a Databox database, and you can use the indexing and metadata searches there, so you'll see this in a second. The users that have access to this server is currently me with full access, different roles. We will go over this, and I have rights to upload files to the media folders of this channel, this Airbox 1 channel. Custom events, we can put custom events exactly the same. We create them in the Airbox playlist. Also we have Shotbox where we can put number of these commands, set up like logo and so on, so you can easily execute them on there. You will see demonstration of this. So let me add, since I have two servers here, let me add another server. I'll call it Airbox 2. The address of the server is my local, and as you know, the TCP port 7000 is the first instance, 7002 is the second instance, and so on. I will select the proper port for this instance. I will not have time offset in this case, so I have a second server. Next, I need to assign media folders, so we go and give the folder some meaningful name. I'll call it video now, let's say. But this can be, you can assign multiple folders, and let's say this can be video, this can be commercials, station ID, breakers, and so on. So you can see them as a different tabs, and you can have different folders for this. So I'm assigning a local path, but you can assign anything like a network path or a local path on the machine if you have storage, and so on. Filters, I can filter the content sort of. I don't want to see JPEG pictures or something in this folder. I just want to see media files, let's say, with these extensions. So this is it. I can select, put category here. This allows me any file that is in this folder automatically to be given this category when dragged into the playlist. So let's say in this folder I'll put add advertising, and I'll give it some shiny color like this. So I have media folder. Let's do the same thing. Playlist folder. I will call it playlists. This is my local folder. We use this folder to upload playlists for future broadcasts. They can be daily playlists or normal playlists. You will see in a second how we upload and edit these lists and so on. Okay, I'm not going to set up a data box server for this one. This server I will grant control to myself with full access and file uploader. View groups, it is in the all machines view group. I currently don't need to create another view group, but I'll show you later how we can create another view group and add only one server, let's say, to this one. This allows you quickly to sort between if you have multiple servers in different locations or by the theme of the channel and so on, so you can monitor them all together. Okay, control group, we will go into this a little bit later. I'll explain what control group is, and I'll leave everything else default because I don't need to set up this right now. All right, so now let's go back to my main page, to home page, and you can see I have one server here and I have the second server here. So let me just jump to another media. You see I can perform all the commands that are typical for Airbox. I can go take media, drag and drop it, and now as you can see I dropped this file, immediately got a category assigned, advertising, and the color, so I can see easily let's say group by category, use this category metadata to control graphic rules and so on. On the first server you see there's an additional tab called data box, so I can look, let's say all, and I have file here, so I can just drag and drop it. Again, here it is, I can jump on it. Very easy. You can have multiple of these tabs, as many folders, media folders you assigned in the server setup. Okay, let me go back to my main server here. Here we have the typical things of load list, load playlist, save, daily playlist, so on, insert, media cut, copy, paste. You can do edit, fix time, all these little features that you're familiar from Airbox. One new thing in this version of the software released at IBC is adding a thumbnail. I can allow in the columns here that you see I can freely edit what I see from the columns. I can add thumbnail, and once I save it, you see it added thumbnail column, but the column is here at the very end, so I don't want this. I want it here somewhere in the front so it's easy for me to see. We can easily rearrange by dragging the order of the columns. As you can see now, I can see the thumbnails of the media here, easily identify pieces, jump to them, and so on. You see everything is colored currently played, next, and so on. Okay, so now let's check for a second my timeline. This is a feature that allows me to have view of multiple servers in a timeline presenting the current time here. This is where you will see properly aligned the servers if they are from a different time zone, and you put the proper offsets according to your monitoring location. So this way you will see exactly what is broadcasted right now across all the servers you're monitoring. You can easily identify by the color, let's say there is something coming here that is news or advertising, so I can take some action. I can zoom in if I want on the timeline, very handy feature. Playlist editor. As I mentioned, I have full access to playlist editing, I can simply load the playlist or start with new, but let's load this one. This is from the folder I previously assigned, and you can see this is the playlist. I can do some editing, add files, and I can save this and then later on just load it either as a daily playlist or as a normal playlist, and I can load it into the on-air machine. And you have the list saved and you can use it. Let's say on this server number 2, I can say, okay, load playlist and start working with it. It tells me that if I load new playlist, it will terminate the playback. I can get the new test playlist that I saved, and I have it here, start. Very simple operation. Next, file uploader. You can use this interface to upload files from your location to the server, wherever the server is. So let's say I'm on the first server, Airbox 1. It will upload in the designated folder. I have one for video, one for playlist, but you can have multiple, as I said. Let's say to the video, I want to, let me just delete this. I will say add files, and I'll select this hockey file. I can put more files and then say start upload, or I can just individually start this one. The file went there. Same way I can upload playlists. Playlist is uploaded, and I can edit them and use the media from the folders designated here. Control groups. Control group is a feature designed to add one main server, commander as we call it, and add multiple servers in the group. So everything you do once you're here in control group interface, everything you do like jump or insert, let's say live events, or there is a like news flash and you want to insert this live source across multiple channels, for example, or logo on off events and so on, you can do it from here. Currently it tells me that in this group there is only one server. So let's go to the system and I can see my control group 1, and I see that they have only one server here. I will go and add the second server. As you can see, the first one is assigned as a commander, as a main, the other just follow. I can switch the role to be the second one, or just leave back the first one to be that controlling machine, channel, if you will. And now, if I go here, you see I have Airbox 1 and Airbox 2 also added to the control group. And let's say I press stop. Now you see that I have both servers in stop by stopping only one because I was in control group mode. You will see if I start the first server, because I'm in the view group menu, only this server currently that I have selected is being controlled. The second one is not being started. So let's just go back to this one. I'll stop this one also. Go to control groups, and if I press play, both servers will go into play. You see, both servers are into play. You can have very comprehensive control over roles of the user roles that the people accessing the system. And let's go here. In users, I have the administrator right now, but let's say I will add one more user, which I'll call very originally user. I'll assign password. And I want to add servers to this user that he's assigned to perform some tasks. Let's say on Airbox 1, this can be view only, which means the person can log and only monitor but cannot do anything. No playlist control, no on-air control, no media folder assignments, nothing. But I will say, let's make control operator this person. This, when is on-air controller, it doesn't need to upload files. I will decide for this one. And let me add the second machine where this particular user will be only playlist editor. So we will see how this affects when he tries to see the on-air operations. But I will grant him file uploader rights because this is a person that needs to upload files and prepare playlists for future airings. Right? Save. Oh, I have to give him some name. Let be user again, the full name. This full name can be more descriptive, obviously. I don't want to save. So I have two machines assigned to this user. So let me log in as this user. I will log out, and instead of administrator, I will go with user, and I will log in. Okay, so now you can see I can go and do nothing on channel 2. I don't even have the controls here, as you can see. I see the controls on airbox 1 but not on airbox 2 because I don't have rights to control the on-air part of this server. Okay, and if I go to file uploader, I can only see airbox 2 because this is the rights of the only server I have rights to upload. I can add files the way I've shown you before and send them to the respective folder I wish to send this to. Again, in this, if I'm on the second server, I can go to playlist editor and create, load one playlist, for example, and add more stuff to it, save it. But if I'm on airbox 1, you see I don't have playlist editor, even the tab here, because I decided not to give these rights to this user. So as you can see, it's very easy and very convenient to give rights. You see I don't have managed systems privileges here because I'm not don't have administrator rights to this user. So only the administrator can assign machines, folders, servers. These are just operator services here that I can execute. Thank you very much for watching. Please take a look on this tool because it's very comprehensive, allows you to control servers locally in your local network or anywhere in the world if you properly assign IP addresses and ports, and gives you a glance view of multiple machines, multiple systems, different time zones. You can control them and manage Playout straight from your browser. Thank you.